Imagine you're driving alone on a dark road. You're fighting sleep. Suddenly, a silhouette on the shoulder. You slow down to help and see black eyes staring straight into your soul. And then it runs alongside the car at high speed. This is just the beginning. It won't go away. Are you ready to hear all the horror of this night? Then watch till the end. On the night of April 8 to 9, a man named Mike was driving back from Springfield to Indianapolis, where he had gone for his 14-year-old cousin's birthday. His eyes were gradually closing from fatigue. The road seemed surprisingly empty, with only occasional passing cars. Mike noticed a female silhouette on the shoulder, which swayed slightly and moved in the direction of his motion with its back to him. The man slowed down, overtook her, and stopped 10 meters ahead. In the rearview mirror, her clothing seemed strange, something like a scarf or hood, although fashion was already accustomed to such things. When Mike stopped and looked in the mirror, the silhouette also froze and seemed to back away. Deciding to show that there was no threat, he got out of the car, took a couple of steps along the shoulder, and loudly offered a ride and asked if everything was okay. There was no reaction, and the man decided that the girl might be drunk. Suddenly, a slight sense of anxiety arose. Mike reevaluated the situation. Perhaps it was a drug addict or a threat. Opening the car door, he placed one foot inside and offered help one last time. The silhouette swayed and began moving toward him. It seemed she was deciding to get into the car. The girl approached with confident steps, her face hidden in the shadow of the scarf or hood. Thanks to the light from the taillights, he managed to make out her hands protruding from under the fabric. They were covered in deep ulcers, with long, crooked nails of a dirty brownish color. Wild horror washed over him. Mike jumped into the car and reflexively locked the door. His heart pounded, a lump in his throat. Unable to even turn his head to the left side where the cause of the panic stood outside the window, he tried to start the car. His hand shook, and the first attempt failed. Suddenly, a sound came from the left side. Frantically turning the key, he slowly looked back and saw that standing by the car was not a girl, it was a creature resembling a man or something ambiguous. From under the rags peered two black eyes without sclera or iris, just blackness. The skin was pale, as if just stretched over a skeleton, no hair, teeth arranged in several rows. The car started, and again there was a knock on the side window. Each blow sent shivers down my spine. Mike jerked forward, engaging the gear and pressing the gas. Within 10 seconds, the speed exceeded 70 miles per hour. Feeling temporary relief, he tore his gaze from the road and looked in the mirror. No one there. In shock, the man thought he had driven far enough. The engine roar distracted him. Mike forgot to shift gears. The tachometer needle was in the red zone. Out of the corner of his eye, he noticed a black gaze staring from the right shoulder. The speed was already 100 miles per hour, and the creature was running alongside, staring at him. Tears welled up in his eyes. He begged the car to go faster. His mind burned with terrible scenarios. It seemed like it was about to leap through the window. Accelerating further, he did not dare to glance again. Finally, he saw some buildings and parked cars. Oncoming vehicles with headlights drove by. This snapped him out of the trance. He slowed down, looked around, and tried to calm himself, seeking a logical explanation that he couldn't find. Arriving in Indianapolis, Mike parked the car at the entrance where a neighbor was standing. This gave him confidence. He got out of the car quickly, reached the entrance, greeted the neighbor, and went up to the 5th floor. He was alone at home. He called his relatives, reported his arrival, sat on the internet, searched for similar stories, but quickly turned off the computer and went to bed. It was 1:30. Suddenly, the car alarm key fob beeped, as if a blow to the windshield, maybe a cat or a passing plane. The man approached the window and looked at the car. Frozen in horror, he saw that same creature with black eyes staring directly at the window. It was licking its lips with a black tongue. He ran to the room, grabbed a camera, returned to the window, and took a photo. Confirming the result, he looked again. No one there.
He went to the bathroom to wash his face, but heard slow scratching on the door. From fear, his vision darkened, the world enveloped in fog. Approaching closer, he heard a knock on the door. He didn't have the courage to look through the peephole. He couldn't fall asleep. The next day, Mike didn't leave the house. Every night he looked out the window and saw the creature. It would get to him anyway. It was just a matter of time.